As expected, as Rohit was mentioning, that into the server, that's what you need to do.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this pitch hasn't been one of those straight-faced feather beds. It's a two-paced surface. So you bowl into the deck, you bowl it shorter, you bowl it in the good length, you make the batter play the shots, as simple as that. If you go ahead and offer a gift to the batter, bowling it fuller, offering it slightly uppish, she's going to come driving at you. She's going to come lashing out at you. You drag the length back, make the batter work for that shot. I think it's an entirely different story. It's a new territory altogether. Oh, that's a beauty. That stayed low. Talk about two-pace surfaces. And Guwahati Town Club's pitch is turning out into an absolute Pandora's box.
Well, this is a good start from Bedushri. Yes, you're right. Two quality wicket keeper over here. GTC have got Mana and Shivani.
Much better. She's trying to induce the drive. She's trying to bring the stumps into play. Look at the backup there. The slip fielder was quick to get behind the wicketkeeper just to ensure there are no overthrows in place. So it tells you a lot about their body language as well, KV.
It definitely tells you a lot about the body language. You know, this is where we're talking about in the first inning that after getting a good start, if you don't get that total which you're looking for, you'll be disappointed with yourself.
Yeah, this time kind of veered off the line by Whiskers. Nicely clipped down the leg side. First runs on the board there. And New Star Club is up and running.
Not chasing a big total over here. Just need to keep the wickets in hand. That's all you need to do. And focus on getting a good start to your side. A lot of youngsters New Star Club have as the batters. Not too much experience in the batting.
Yeah, they've got batting depth. Oh, that stayed low. And the finger's gone up as well. Bowl into the surface. Bowl it shorter. Attack the stumps. And you have ticked all the boxes right to being the woman with the golden arm.
And as a bowler, you just expect that ball to skid off, stay low, angled in. Yes, caught in front of the stumps, no doubt. A blind man could have raised the finger. That was that plump. So first wicket down. She goes without troubling this go. It's 1 for 1.
We talked about this in the first innings. If they lose a couple of early wickets, it's going to be very, very difficult as well. Because Guwahati Town Club 108 may look like a modest score, but they have got the bowling depth as well. So all they got to do is just get the basics right. Do not let the batters fly away in the power play. Keep the chains on, bowl to the plan. It's not necessary that you need to claim all 10 wickets in the power play. Attack the stumps. Make the ball, make the surface do the talking. Look at her. She's not veering off the length at all. Brilliant first over. 1 over gone. It's 1 for 1.
Yeah, going back to the first GTC Women's Cricket League, the highest total in that league was 192. And it was Icon Sports Club who got there. And almost it was chased down. In reply to that target of 193, GTC got to 187. They lost that game by just 5 runs. And then lowest total was 34.
Kind of takes me back to my memory days altogether. When I did my first tournament, I still remember my first broadcast commentary started off in this very ground. It was GPL 2023. And I still remember, I think it was a match between GTC, and I don't remember who the opposition was, but I remember that 75 was needed of the last 18 balls. And a certain name called Rajakuddin Ahmed, whom you would be very well accustomed to, KV, went on to score 50 of just 14 balls and tied the match. So it just tells you the quality that Guwahati comes into the game with. Was that a false alarm or was that an attempted run out at the non-striker's end?
Yeah. Maybe she was just giving an unofficial warning to the batter, the non-striker end. Don't stroll outside your home.
KV, before you go further, since you pointed it out already, what's your take on this entire thing? You give a warning or you don't? I mean, does it matter?
See, the rule book says that you don't need to give it a warning when you know about certain particular rule of the cricket. Then you should be inside your crease. You don't need to give the opposition an opportunity to get you out. People might say that it is unfair, against the game of cricket. It's not in the spirit of the game. But how can you call it against the spirit of the game when the rule is mentioned to you that the bowler has the liberty to get you out if you're standing outside the crease at the non-striker end?
Yeah, actually, I agree with you on that one. Even I am of the same emotion, of the same sentiment. When it's mentioned in the rule book, I think, see, again, like the way it's not like when a bowler oversteps, it's a no ball, it's an illegal delivery. But when you tend but when as a bowler you are being asked, or when as a bowler you are being asked to see that the non-striker is going almost to the half of the crease, hoping that she can complete the run quicker enough, I think that makes no sense either. So I believe that if it's in the rule book, you got to be aware of it, and you got to keep your guards up high. That's a beauty of a delivery. A hint of late wobble on the ball, and the batter, she had no idea whatsoever she was stepping into.
A good delivery. Now, I've got one more point on this. When a bowler does this kind of thing, you call it's unfair, it is against the spirit of the game. What about, before that I'll look at that ball, just slight away moment. What about when a batter takes 2-3 yards additional before the ball is delivered? Why don't you that time call it an unfair run?
Yeah, absolutely, KV. No questions asked on that. When you have something in the rule books, you have to oblige to that. It's about, see, we talk a lot, we talk extensively about one particular term, which is called match awareness. That is being match awareness. You are supposed to be in your crease when the bowler is bowling. Once the bowler has delivered, you run as fast as you can. You got to have that much awareness about your strengths. If you don't think you will be able to make the run in time, you go ahead and scream at your partner, no, don't come for the run. It's as simple as that.
See, only in one condition I believe it can be called as unfair. If the umpire believes that before the ball was delivered, the batter has started running, so I'm going to penalize him for 1 run, 2 runs, then I can say, okay, it's unfair because you've been penalized with the runs.
Or it can also be called unfair if Michael Vaughan is in the commentary box, and India has done that.
You pulled the right name in the com box. He's something, he'll just try to draw something out of nowhere. He's that kind of a man.
It's been a while I've seen Saurabh Ganguly in the commentary box, KV, and I remember him silencing even bigger names of the sport in the commentary box. I would really love to see Saurabh Ganguly take on Michael Vaughan and not just Wasim Jafar on Twitter.
Hang on. Oh, could be another one. If there is no inside edge. Only one thing I believe it's an inside edge has saved her, or that is dead plump. Let's see what's the signal. Oh, he's giving it leg by. My goodness. No. What an error from the umpire.
That should have been a goner. That should have been a goner. Yeah, it's gonna hit the leg stump. Yeah, that's the second questionable decision we have seen today.
Rohit, if we had DRS, bowler would have taken it. The umpire would have just made a decision. Pitching in line, impact in line, cracking onto the stumps. Your on-screen need to reverse your decision. I think it's a lucky day for the batter that she's just got away from that decision.
If our friend Babashish would have been hearing, he would have said this. This is just quizzical. I can't do his mimicry, but I'm pretty sure he's listening to this. And yeah, obviously that was a very questionable decision.
There was no doubt that should have been out. These two seamers are really bowling well into the surface and targeting the stumps. not trying to go too far away from the stump. That is good thing.
And I think the length has been brilliant as well. It has not been over-pitched. It has been pitched in the good length. There is a slip in place, so which means they are asking the batter to come and drive, reach out to the pitch of the ball. If she's going to play standing out there, play deep in the crease, I think she's just going to make life a lot more difficult for her because the ball is, if not moving around, it's gripping onto the surface. So I think as a batter, you will have to start using your feet if you have to counter this kind of bowling.
It's a back offside field. Another good delivery. Yeah, as you were mentioning about Babashish, if he would have been over here, he would have said, Rohit, if this is not given out, then what will be given out?
You do realize, KV, that you will be sharing the commentary box with Babashish soon enough.
He knows it. I try to imitate him. I try to do a mimic of his. He knows it very well. Maybe there's something happening wrong. Now what's happened? The umpire is walking towards the squaring umpire. What is the chat about? Oh, there's something which has just stopped the game. Maybe just we'll get the confirmation what's been the reason.
I think whatsoever it was, it has been sorted. We are not entirely sure though. Or we possibly will have to wait. I think these stoppages, it can affect the game a lot. Because it can kind of leave you with a lot of question marks in your mind. It impacts the momentum of the game. And one of the prime examples of what these can do is the 2024 T20 World Cup final, where I think somebody has actually arrived, some guest. We are not entirely sure though. We'll confirm though. We are still waiting for the clarification. But now that there is a momentum break, can the batters capitalize on this? Team India certainly did capitalize on a break like this. They got rid of Heinrich Klaassen, and India, they were the champions of the world. Yeah, I think that length, but that has been nicely pulled away. It's a long chase for the fielder, but she'll eventually make hay and get well in position to save another crucial run there.
Runs on the board, that's what they need. Shivani Bishnoi, wicketkeeper batter, was exceptional in the last tournament, but today she's not she hasn't put on her gloves.
Bowled them! Or rather bowled her. Apologies for that. The celebration tells volumes about you. Bedoshri has struck and once again set the timber aflame with her gilt-edged aggression.
Look at that. Look at that attitude. That's what you need as a fast bowler. Telling the batter, make your